So what differentiates impact investing from traditional investing is impact investing is all about the intention to create positive social or environmental outcomes for people and planet, whereas traditional investing doesn't consider outcomes. It's all about financial returns. And so impact investing to me is exciting, it's real world, it's colorful, and it's what connects investment with real things that are going on and can really bring a lot of joy to investing in the way that I think traditional investment sometimes misses out. I don't know if this is a cliche, but certainly one of my biggest bugbears in this space is the use of ESG, investing interchangeably with sustainability and impact. And so for me, ESG, so environmental social governance, is part of good investment practice. These are big categories that start to set out certain risks that all investors should be considering as part of good investments decision making. Whereas impact investing, as I've already sort of said, is very focused on outcomes. And so you need to consider environmental social governance risks as part of your impact investments, but they are not the same thing. And so that is probably one of my biggest bugbears that exists in this space. So the biggest difference that I see from the moment I started to work sort of in impact to today is just the evolution of investors' perceptions. So I've been working in UK private markets for over 10 years, and impact used to be a word that was synonymous with concessionary returns. And a lot of managers, even if they were investing in outcomes-based solutions, were not labeling funds as impact and didn't really want to be associating with that term because they were worried that investors, particularly the big institutional investors, would be turned off by it. Whereas now we've kind of come full circle. Now we're seeing lots and lots of managers want to label themselves as impact and not necessarily being truly impactful. And so what's really interesting is that what's great is that people now see impact as a source of value and that people are engaging with it. That's probably been the biggest change over the last sort of 5 to 10 years. So what I think is missing in the industry is greater asset owner voice. So by this I mean the owners of capital really having a voice and telling the managers of their money what they want to see happen and what outcomes they want to see happen and holding them to account. So as impact becomes a bigger part of traditional financial markets, we need investors to engage more and more and use our voices to create change. I think there's a huge disconnect at the moment between individuals who have money in pension funds, for example. So my mum's a nurse and she's, will have a defined benefit when she retires, but she's completely disconnected to the fact that she even has the power to say where those investments are made and the ultimate real world outcomes they're going to have. So I think the more that investor voice can be brought into financial systems as a whole, then I think that can really drive the change that we need. So the SDGs, the SDGs play a role in our investment framework. We tend to map our investments to the SDGs once we've made investments rather than using them as a tool to guide our investment decision making, because we have quite specific social outcomes that we're trying to achieve through our investments. So I think they provide a really useful tool as part of a bigger toolkit for investors. What I think they also do really well for investors coming to this space for the first time is provide a nice suite of potential areas that they can start to think about having an impact in. And so they provide a really important role for investors getting started in impact investing generally. So investors can do more to drive capital to impact investing by working together. So I think there's real power in learning from peers. So whether you're an investor at an asset manager or whether you're an investor at an asset owner, the more you can talk to your peers, educate yourself about the opportunities and how to create real impact, and then act on that together, I think greater things will happen.